Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day to everyone who watch this video. My name is Muhammad Bahtiar, and today I will complete my final assignment from cross-cultural understanding. Without further ado, let's start the video. We will do the first part, which is oral presentation. The topic I choose is the first is culture shock, and the second is non-verbal communication. First, what is culture shock? Culture shock refers to the psychological and emotional reaction individuals experience when they are exposed to a new and unfamiliar culture. According to Okolo from 2024, culture shock is the anxiety that results from losing all our familiar signs and symbols of social intercourse. These signs include language, gestures, customs, and social norms that people usually take for granted in their home culture. Example of culture shock. The example one, an Indonesian student studying abroad in the United States may experience culture shock due to difference in classroom culture. In Indonesia, students tend to be more polite and reserved, while in the US, students are encouraged to speak openly, debate, and challenge ideas. Why this fits the concept of culture shock? Because this situation reflects culture shock because the student feels anxious and uncomfortable when familiar academic norms no longer applies. Example 2, a Japanese employee working in a Western company may struggle with direct communication styles. In Japan, communication is often indirect to maintain harmony, while Western workplace values direct feedback. Why this fit the concept? This fit the concept because culture shock, because the individual must adjust to new communication norms that contradict their cultural values. This mismatch cause confusion and emotional tension, which is a key characteristic of culture shock. Part 2, nonverbal communication. What is nonverbal communication? Nonverbal communication refers to the process of conveying messages without using words. According to Keck from 2022, nonverbal communication includes facial expression, eye contact, gestures, posture, and body movement, touch, and personal space. Example of nonverbal communication. The first example, in Western culture, maintaining eye contact is seen as a sign of confidence and honesty. However, in many Asian cultures, prolonged eye contact with elders or superiors may be considered disrespectful. Why this fits the concept? This example shows how nonverbal communication depends on cultural context. The same behavior, eye contact, communication, different meanings. Example 2. People from Middle Eastern or Latin cultures often stand closer during conversation, while individuals from Northern European cultures prefer more personal space. Why this fits the concept? This example fits nonverbal communication because physical distance communicates comfort, intimacy, or respect. Misunderstanding personal space can lead to discomfort or misinterpretation in intercultural interaction. Here are the bibliography used in this presentation. Next, we will continue to part 2. Part 2, case study. There are three that we will discuss. First is stereotypes of Chinese Indonesian. Next is cultural festival day summary. And last but not least, body language misunderstanding. First part, stereotypes of Chinese Indonesian. In many communities, there are common stereotypes that Chinese people are naturally good at mathematics, business, and are likely to own shops or run commercial activities. However, these stereotypes does not always reflect reality. In this case, Chen Chen, who is a Chinese, who comes from Chinese Indonesian family, struggles with numbers and does not excel in mathematics. She also has no interest in business and does not plan to own a shop. Despite this, people around her often assume she should be good at counting or managing money simply because of her ethnic background, which is Chinese. Here are my answers. First, what type of stereotype is presented in this case? The stereotype presented in this case is a positive stereotype. It is considered a positive stereotype because it attributes seemingly favorable traits, such as being good at mathematics, business, and money management, to Chinese Indonesian. Although the stereotypes appear positive on the surface, it is still problematic because it ignores individual abilities, interests, and personalities. In Chen Chen's case, people assume she must be skilled at numbers and business simply because of her ethnic identity, which is Chinese, not based on her actual abilities. Number two, what are the negative impact of these stereotypes on Chen Chen? The stereotype can have several negative impact on Chen Chen. Chen Chen may feel pressured, frustrated, or insecure because she is expected to meet standards that do not match her abilities or interests. She may feel misunderstood or unfairly judged by others. People might overlook her true talents and interests, leading to shallow relationship based on assumption rather than genuine understanding. Number three, are there any positive impact on these stereotypes? In honestly, while some may argue that positive stereotypes can create high expectation or social advantage, in Chen Chen's case, the positive impacts are limited and conditional. Any perceived benefits, such as being trusted with money-related tasks, comes with pressure and emotional burden. Overall, the stereotypes is harmful because it imposes expectation rather than opportunities for her. And four, what specific stereotype is highlighted in this case? The specific stereotype highlighted is the belief that Chinese Indonesians are naturally good at mathematics, business, and financial management, and are inclined to own shops or run commercial activities due to them. Next, B. Cultural Festival Day Summary. Uh, the speaker, Aaron, from the United Kingdom, discusses how communication problems often comes not from language ability but from cultural differences. Despite speaking English fluently and living in Indonesia for about 10 years, he still experienced frequent misunderstanding due to different cultural interpretation of words, tone, and behavior. He shares a personal experience while running a company in Indonesia, where his direct British communication style, specifically calling a proposal weak, was intended as constructive criticism but was perceived as offensive. This incident highlighted how cultural values, rather than language proficiency, play a major role in how messages are perceived. Aaron explains the contrast between British and Indonesian communication styles. British culture value directness, debate, and honest feedback as tools for improvement, while Indonesian culture prioritizes harmony and directness and avoiding confrontation. To adapt, he and his team changed their communication approach by emphasizing strength first, suggesting an improvement politely, inviting input, and checking understanding. He con- He concludes that most teamwork and communication problems stem from cultural misconception rather than a lack of intelligence or skill, emphasizing the importance of cultural awareness for students who will become teachers, writers, researchers, or even translators. Next, body language misunderstanding. The task, the answer, task answer the following question based on the case above. How does the situation show that body language can lead to culture shock? Explain why Amran feels confused and how different cultural meanings or gestures can create misunderstanding in cross-cultural communication. Second, what cultural factors influence the meaning of body language in this case? Describe how the same gesture can carry two completely different meanings depending on the cultural backgrounds. Three, what negative effect might this understanding have on Amran interaction with others? Consider feeling of embarrassment, anxiety, communication, or social hesitation. What problems, and last but not least, what problem solving strategies can help Amron handle the situation? Suggest a practical solution, such as asking politely or for clarification, observing local social cues, learning common gesture, or practicing cultural awareness. And here are my answer. For the first, the situation show that body language can lead to culture shock because the same gesture has different meanings in different cultures. Amran feels confused when his American friend raises a hand with fingers spread open. In Indonesian culture, this gesture is commonly understood as signal to stop or a warning, while in American cultures it is used as a friendly greeting or wave. Amran experiences culture shock because of his familiar cultural understanding of gestures no longer applies in a new cultural context. According to intercultural communication theory, culture shock often occurs when individuals lose familiar signs and symbols, including nonverbal cues such as gestures. This mismatch in meaning causes confusion, discomfort, and uncertainty in social interaction. For number two, cultural backgrounds plays a major role in shaping the meaning of body language. Gestures are learned through socialization and daily interaction within a specific culture. In Indonesia, raising an open hand is often associated with stopping someone or showing authority, such as in a traffic or a formal situation. In contrast, American cultures uses the same open hand gesture as a casual and friendly way to greet someone. The difference comes from varying culture norms, social practice, and communication style. This case clearly shows that nonverbal communication is culture specific and gestures cannot be interpreted universally without cultural understanding. For number three, this misunderstanding can have several negative effects on Amran. Emotionally, he may feel anxious, confused, or embarrassed because he is unsure how to respond appropriately. Socially, he may hesitate to interact with others out of fear of misinterpreting gestures or appearing rude. The misunderstanding may also lead to miscommunication, where a friendly gestures are wrongly interpreted as negative signals. Over time, this discomfort could reduce Amran's confidence and limit his participation in social activities, making it harder for him to build relationship in a new cultural environment. And last, several problem-solving strategies can help Amran manage the situation effectively. First, he can politely ask for clarification when he is unsure about the meaning of a gesture. This helps prevent misunderstanding and show openness to learning. Second, Amran can observe local social cues by paying attention to how others use gesture in daily interaction. Third, he can learn common gestures used in American culture through experience, media, or cultural orientation programs. And finally, practicing cultural awareness and openness will help Amran accept differences without judgment. By being patient and waiting to learn, he can adapt more easily and improve his cross cultural communication skills. That is the end of the slide. Uh, that is the end of this presentation. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.